Hey everyone, it's the interview queen Alicia Atout here, and I am so excited to have the incredible, the beautiful, and super talented Shaul Guerrero back on the show.
Hi
Hi!
guys. That's like the most flattering intro. Thank you.
Chris, I've missed you. It's been like 2 years since I first had you on. Isn't that insane?
It's insane because I was actually looking at a picture of us when we did our interview, and I was like, my hair was like here, and I was like, it's been this long since I've been able to see you.
I know. Well, how are you holding up with all the craziness going on? Because a lot has changed in those 2 years.
A lot has changed. I think we're all doing our best. Like I thank God, like I've had like good opportunities come my way, which I was very shocked about, like getting to announce for AEW and whatnot. But like things are starting to look up. Like we're starting to get booked for things like slowly but surely. But like it's still hard. Like we don't know what's like nothing is definite right now because we're about to go back into winter. We don't know if we're going to get shut back down again, but you know what? We're all just keeping our heads up and keep on keeping on, just like you are kicking ass.
Thank you. I'm trying. I'm trying over here. It's been crazy because one of those things is we're so used to go in this business, but the silver lining, I guess, if there had to be one of this whole pandemic, would be the fact that there is more downtime. We can spend more time with your loved ones, and it's been really cool to see you and Matt just hanging out so much. I had him on the show back in, I don't know, maybe like 3, 4 months ago, and now I have you back, and it seems like you guys are just having so much fun at home playing with just lots of video games. You're looking into getting the new PlayStation now that you found out you can get Harry Potter. So, how competitive do you two actually get? Because it seems really intense on the streams.
We get competitive, dude. Like I think we're just as surprised because like I think I'm not a gamer. I've never claimed to be, and neither Matt doesn't claim to be a gamer either. But like I think when we started Marriage Melee, I was a little nervous because I was like, you're not gonna have a lot of competition. Like I'm not that good. And then like we just finished our second heat of Marriage Melee, and I actually like kicked his ass. Like I kicked his ass so
I
hard.
see you stop him.
And he was surprised too. He was like, "Oh my god!" And so I think we're kind of leveling up a little bit with each other. I'm not nearly as good at the more modern games because like I don't know what it is about like trying to control the camera at the same time you're trying to control like your virtual person. But I'm good at the classic games, so I think he's a little burned by that right now.
I was gonna ask about the melee because I mean I've seen both of you kind of have your one-ups once in a while, tune into a couple of the streams, and it's like I couldn't tell though who was the better gamer of the two. So the fact that it's almost like a level playing field, I think is almost perfect for it.
A little bit. I think he's surprised, but we're having fun. I think it was really good to kind of connect with fans, even in a virtual sense, because I think like on our third month into pandemic, we were like, I love you, but I can't look at you anymore. like,
A lot
for
of
me,
people were in that position, I'm sure.
yeah, but I'm with you though. I think it was good to reset because we are, as performers, as independent contractors, we're very much like you gotta make your own way. And so you're used to go. But the reset was good. I think it was like nice to have to forcefully like, we need you to chill for a little bit. For the good of the public, you need to chill. So
Totally. Well,
yeah.
it's interesting too because as we kind of were briefly mentioning, shows are starting back up. And one of the beauties with both of you being wrestlers and being a wrestler while dating a wrestler is the fact that you get to train together. And you guys recently were able to hit the mat, so that's super cool. So how's that been for you, kind of getting back in the ring in that sense and not having shows for so long?
It's been surprising because I mean I've been on a 6 year hiatus from the ring, and so getting to bump around again, I was very surprised to feel as good as I do. Like my neck feels great, like the bumps felt good. Believe me, I think any wrestler that's been out of the ring for more than like 2 weeks like dreads the first bump back.
Because you feel it so much.
You feel it because your body starts to heal, and then you hit the mat again, and your body's like, "Oh, we're up to this shit again." Okay, I understand. So, no, but it's actually been great, and it's funny because like when Matt and I were at FCW, we never trained together. I think we did like one drill together one
Wow.
time, and so like now we're actually like constantly wrestling each other to be able to just get back into ring shape, and it's been really fun.
That's awesome. I'm so happy that you guys have one another because he's always been super cool. You've been always amazing from the jump. So the fact that you can now not only just have fun personally, but bring your work into it and it not feel like work, like that must just be the best thing ever.
It is. It's really. I feel very blessed. I definitely like. I'm punching above my weight with this man, and so he's a wonderful guy, and I'm very lucky that I've been able to go through pandemic with him. So he's been a savior for my mental health and for making me try. He makes me laugh every day, so that's good.
That's amazing. Well, we of course did recently see you ring announce for AEW as a part of their women's tournament, and it seemed like you just had such a genuinely great time, not just being back out there, but seeing friends, seeing just the response that people had to you. So tell me about the experience of being back at that and announcing again, because of course we saw you a little bit on Lucha Underground, and you were just like, you're just so good at it. So tell me about being back, back on the horse in that regard.
Thank you. I feel very blessed that Brandy Rhodes reached out for me to announce and whatnot. And I just feel so lucky because yes, it was like getting to see a lot of old friends, and I got to like pick Justin Roberts' brain about like just pointers about announcing and stuff like that. And everybody was just so kind. The locker room was amazing. They had so much amazing female talent there, and I just it's just like how I feel at WoW. I'm like, I get the best seat in the house. I get to watch my friends wrestle, and it was just a wonderful experience. I feel truly blessed, and honestly, like my experience at AEW is what inspired me to get back in the ring because I was just like, see,
Okay.
this is what you could be working toward as a wrestler because I just saw how well they were treated and how much fun like it's a fun environment, and sometimes you can't always say that in wrestling. So yeah, they're having a good time. I got to be a part of it for a little bit, so I feel really blessed.
It made me so happy when I saw you show up because, of course, I was doing a lot for your mom's podcast, being like a weekly guest on it. So then when I saw her kind of join forces there, I was like, oh, sweet, like points for the Guerrero family. And then you come along, and I was like, okay, this is like pretty badass.
It was so fun getting to be with my mom too. Like we've always like fantasized about like, oh, it'd be really amazing to get to travel together and get to be able to cheer each other on, with what we're doing in the wrestling industry. So it was really cool to be able to experience that.
I bet. And I've obviously, by now, I've seen you announce, seen you wrestle. You're now training. I've seen the videos of that. So what do you kind of feel is the next thing you'd really love to do when an opportunity comes knocking? Is wrestling and kind of getting back on shows at the forefront?
Yes, I've never actually like I've done things in the indies as far as commentating and announcing, but I've never actually stepped in as a wrestler on the indies. So that is what my big objective is. I'm in talks with several promotions right now. So it's hard right now because things are not quite up and running, but you best believe when they are, I'm going to be in there busting my ass and trying to make a name for myself on the independent scene. So
Girl, I'm so psyched. My fingers and toes are crossed for you. I'm so psyched. That's gonna be amazing.
oh my gosh. Well, hopefully we'll be seeing a lot more of each other on the regular rather than a two
I
year
hope,
or this long rather than this long of time.
right?
That's how I measure time now. It's just with my hair. That's where we're at with pandemic. That's where we're at.
Totally. But since having you on my show, since you did mention like going back those 2 years again, it's interesting because back then I feel like it wasn't as much of a focus, or maybe you just weren't sharing it as much. But it is the burlesque part of your life. You're doing the dancing and the vaudette. So, I mean, I have no coordination whatsoever. Like I trip just trying to walk in a line. It's hilarious. So, how long have you been doing that for? Because you guys seem to have it down, and you just look like you're having a blast while doing it.
Thank you. I'm already like, ooh, challenge accepted. Let's get Alicia in here.
Oh
Um,
no.
no, I mean, I've been dancing ever since I was a child. That was honestly my first love. Like my mom got me into dance right away. So I've been doing it for a while, but as far as the burlesque has been more over the past 2 years. And you know what? Like, damn, like right before pandemic hit, I was like privileged enough to be able to perform like 3 or 4 times a week. And I was like actually making like a living off of performing burlesque. And so I'm really sad that that has like taken a halt right now. I'm like not I commend all of the dancers that are doing it virtually, but I'm just such a I love being with a live
I off
audience.
of people, yeah.
Yes, it's just such a huge part of it. But um, I don't know if you saw, but the Vaudettes are booked to be on Jericho's cruise again in
Yes.
October for triple whammy. So we're already like, and it's in October, so we're already like, ooh, it's gonna get spooky. Like we're gonna have fun, like putting together an amazing show. So, but it's been a couple years, and I think I'm on my. It's like a year and a half I've been with the Vaudettes, so I feel very privileged to get to work with so many amazing people.
It's interesting for me because I don't really know a ton about burlesque, and then seeing you do it in my feed, I was like, obviously I knew of it, right? And like the craft of it, but seeing you guys do it, it's like sometimes it can be like so dainty and beautiful, and then other times you can be doing it to like really grungy metal and it's like dirty and sultry. So, I mean, for you, if you could kind of have like that dream show where you guys are performing in front of tons of people, what would be the one song that you think would just like take the cake and would be like the performance of a lifetime?
Oh my God, that's like so hard. Okay, so like, well, burlesque like has many faces, just like how you said, and like with Vaudettes, like we're less burlesque, more like just straight up dancing to rock and roll. So I feel like I would definitely be doing the grungy, dirty kind of the harder edge of that vibe. Oh my God, what's the song? Honestly, I don't know if I could give you a song, but I could give you a band. And I love In This Moment. Like that band, it would be amazing. It would probably involve some kind of fake blood and fire, because I eat fire too. And so do
Yeah.
like the Vaudettes, like we have like fire people. So it would have to be fire and blood and hard rock. And yeah, that it would have to be something like that.
It would be a spectacle. And for those watching who
Okay.
kind of know you more on the wrestling side, like they definitely have to check out the other stuff you do because it's just like I mentioned, like as someone who can't do anything like that, I'm just like, how? So
Alicia,
it's really fun.
if you give me
It's
an
really,
hour of your time, I think
oh
we
God.
could work something out.
We'll have to see you next time we meet up at a show if there's any potential. We can like make a little YouTube thing about it. I think people would just laugh way too much at me, but it's okay.
I'm down. Or we'll just get you right on the fire train. We'll just get you right into the fire eating, and then we'll figure it out.
I've always wanted to swallow fire since I was a child, big dream.
Yeah, you know what? Little girls' dreams, they're not what people
Oh,
think a lot of the time.
never. Well, I really want to say just thank you so much for coming on here. Like I've mentioned throughout the interview, I'm really happy with how things have been going for you. And the fact that you've been like holding up well during all this really makes me happy. So just thank you so much for coming back on the show, Shaul.
Thank you so much for having me. Congrats on MLW. And like I said, I have a feeling that me and you are going to be seeing a lot more of each other in the future.
I hope. My fingers, like I said earlier, fingers and toes are crossed.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Thank you so much for having me, love.
Of course, everyone, this has been the amazing Shaul Guerrero. I'm the interview queen, Alicia Atout. Be sure to check out aliciatout.com for all exclusive interviews and features, and we will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.